When your cat walks through your house, like they own every corner, sits where they want, ignores your calls, and acts like rules do not apply to them. Do you actually know what that means? Yes, it can look like pure attitude, like your cat is running the entire home, but behind that confidence there is something deeper that most people miss. It is one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat condoned. If you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might push them away or completely miss what they have been trying to show you. Let's start with what this "I own the house" behavior really means. It's not dominance, it is communication. Have you ever watched your cat take your spot on the couch and just stare at you like nothing matters? Most people think it is dominance, like the cat is trying to be the boss of the house. But here is what is actually happening. Cats do not organize their world around control. They organize it around comfort and connection. What looks like attitude is actually a pattern of communication. Your cat is repeating behaviors that get your attention, your reaction, your presence. Think about that for a second. It is not rebellion, it is interaction. And when you respond emotionally, even with frustration, your cat does not see correction, they see engagement. This is where most owners get it wrong. They think they are dealing with disobedience, but they are actually participating in a conversation they did not realize was happening. So the next time your cat acts like they own something, remember, they are not trying to take over your space. They are trying to stay connected to you inside it. Your cat is studying you constantly. Have you ever felt like your cat knows exactly when to appear, when to interrupt, or when to sit and watch you? Most people think it is coincidence, but here is what is actually happening. A 2019 study from the University of Kyoto found that cats actively observe human behavior and adjust their responses based on tone, movement, and emotional cues. This is not guessing, this is learning. Your cat is building a mental map of you, how you move when you are calm, how your voice changes when you are tired, how you react when they step onto the table. Think about that for a second. Every small reaction you give is data for them. And here's the emotional part most people miss. Animal cognition research shows that when cats can predict their owner's behavior, their stress levels drop significantly, which means your predictability becomes their safety. So when your cat behaves like they are in control of the house, what they are really doing is testing patterns they already understand. You are not being challenged to, are being studied with trust, and that trust shapes everything they do next. They are marking you as family. Have you noticed your cat rubbing against your legs, walking across your keyboard, or brushing their face on your hands? Like it is automatic. Most people think it is just affection, but here's what is actually happening. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, paws, and body. When they rub against you, they are leaving behind invisible chemical markers called pheromones. This is not random, this is recognition. Think about that for a second. Your cat is literally blending their scent with yours. Researchers call this social scent marking. It is how cats define what belongs to their safe world. And here's where it gets even deeper. They are not marking you as property, they are marking you as family. You are being woven into their environment of safety, familiarity, and identity. And that "I own this house" energy often appears alongside this behavior, because your cat feels secure enough to extend their territory emotionally to include you. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. This comes from ancient survival instincts. Have you ever wondered why your cat acts bold in places where they feel safe, like jumping on counters, exploring spaces, or acting like nothing can scare them? Most people think it is personality, but here is what is actually happening. A study from the University of Lincoln found that domestic cats retain deep survival-based behaviors from their wild ancestors, especially curiosity and environmental testing. In the wild, confidence is not arrogance, it is survival intelligence. Young cats learn by testing boundaries in safe environments, usually under the protection of a trusted figure. Think about that for a second. When your cat acts bold in your home, they are not being careless. They are expressing a survival system that only activates when they feel protected. And here is the emotional layer. You are that protection. Your presence is what allows them to explore without fear. So what looks like "I own this house" is actually "I feel safe enough here to be myself." They only do this with you. Have you ever noticed your cat behaves completely different around guests? Quiet, distant, observant. But with you, they are expressive, loud, bold, sometimes chaotic. Most people assume it is just mood, but here is what is actually happening research. In feline behavior shows that cats are highly selective with emotional expression. They do not display full behavioral freedom to everyone. Think about that for a second. Your cat is not like this with strangers, not like this with visitors, only you. That means something important. What looks like attitude is actually comfort to our cat feels safe enough with you to drop their social filter completely, and here is where it becomes powerful. They are not performing behavior, they are revealing themselves and filtered natural present. That version of your cat is reserved for you alone. The look that means, are you watching? Have you ever seen your cat do something bold, then immediately look at you like they are waiting, watching your reaction? Most people ignore that moment. But here is what is actually happening. That look is communication, not confusion, not accident, intention. Your cat is checking connection. They are seeing if you are part of the moment they just created. Think about that for a second. They could do these things alone, but they choose not to. They choose to involve you. This is where most owners misunderstand everything. They think the behavior is the message, but the truth is deeper. The message is the connection after the behavior. And here is the emotional truth. Most people miss your cat is not acting for control. They are acting for response, for presence, for you. When the attitude disappears, now here is something most people overlook. What happens when your cat stops acting like this? No more bold behavior, no more attention seeking, no more presence in your space. At first it might feel peaceful, quieter, easier, but here is what is actually happening. Behavioral studies show that a sudden drop in interactive behavior in cats can indicate emotional withdrawal or stress. Think about that for a second. The behavior you once found annoying was actually engagement. When it disappears, something has shifted emotionally. This is where most owners get it wrong. They think their cat is finally well behaved, but often the cat is simply less connected. So if your cat stops engaging, stops expressing, stops pulling you into their world, do not ignore it. Because sometimes silence is not peace, it is distance. So when your cat walks around your house like they own it, ignores rules, stares at you before acting bold, and behaves like everything revolves around them, do you actually know what it means? It is not dominance, it is not control, it is not rebellion. That is your cat trying to understand you, connect with you, and feel safe enough to be fully themselves in your presence. That is not attitude, that is trust, and that version of your cat you thought was just acting out, it was never small to them, and it should not be small to you either.